Welcome, guys. Welcome to the second video of our 2-3 zone series. We are going to go over the breakdown drills of the 2-3 zone. So we're going to do some breakdown drills in our 2-3 zone from the ground up. And I want to say this before we get into this video. Whether you want your zone to be your primary or secondary defense, you are going to want to 70 to 80% of the time, you are going to want to rep your zone in a 5-on-5, 5v7 shell drill series. Whether you call it shell, you want to call it something else, you want to make sure you get reps as 5 as a team at least 70 to 80% of the time. That is without question. The reason being is so everyone knows how to work together, communicate together, and understand the situations that come up in the zone. The breakdown drills that I will show you will complement your guards, your wings, your goalies as to what to do in certain situations, getting reps up, shaking that rust off, wherever it may be. That's what the breakdown drills are for. They will supplement your overall team defense for when you're in the 2-3 zone. What I'm going to show you is some drills we do in the preseason and also drills you're going to do early on when you put in this defense. I would advise before we start to put in these drills day 3 of when you start this zone defense. Maybe day 2, usually day 3. The reason being is, again, you want to get 5-on-5 shell drill, 5-on-7 shell drill so they know how to move, how to slide, all those techniques, and then you can break it down. Okay? So let's go with one drill I love to do. Again, I ran as a primary defense. We're going to have some cones out here. We're going to have one out here, and this could be coaches as well, right? It could be coaches as well. And you can do this drill for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. If you want to do kind of conditioning, I'm going to go over the drill and do teaching points. We're going to have 2 lines of players here. And this is how the drill is going to go. You're going to blow the whistle or clap. And these 2 can either, when they blow the whistle, touch hands and close out, or they can just start out down here. They're going to close out to these cones right here. And then once they close out here, remember, we're going to plug drives and contest shots. Remember the responsibilities. So once they close out here, they're going to come down and close out to these cones. And they're going to run out. They're going to run out. And then next group comes up, same thing, close out. And it's going to be a continuous drill. And we're just repping, again, repping the slides, repping the drills, understanding what we're doing within our closeouts and responsibilities as a top. And you can have your whole team do these drills. And again, this is a preseason drill because you may not have a lot of time when you in college, you don't have really time to really do practice with the ball because you're sanctioned for time. And also in high school, you're sanctioned with time when you do your preseason conditioning. I think it's a great conditioning drill and also gets them in their brains, in their minds. Hey, listen, this is what we do. This is how we're going to slide, how we're going to test. This is how we do it. And you can do this continuously for however many minutes. And we're going to close out the way you close out. We're going to have a high hand here, shot, whatever you want to call them. Make sure you close out really good here. And when you go down here, make sure we do an L cut. Remember, wherever this you can put the player coach zone right here. Up here doesn't matter where, but remember, we're doing L cut. We're going to plug drives first. We're going to go in, then out. And then when we do contest, a teaching point I'm going to say in this is 2 things. One, we want to make sure that we have our hand closest to, let's say, the elbow to deny any passes to the high post, right? So you kind of want to have, remember, the wing's going to got the corner pass. You want to make sure that you have your hand out here into the middle. So just a hand out so a pass maybe isn't that easy to make there as you're closing out here. And then when you're running off, right back there. So the teaching points are make sure we're closing out here. Going down and out. Down and out. And then we are sprinting off because, again, this zone, you're going to find out especially that you're really going to have to work hard in this zone. And this really gets them thinking, gets them going because, hey, listen, this is kind of how we do things here. Okay, that's how we do things in our zone, and that is the standard. And this is a great drill to do once you do your warm-ups, your dynamics, really get going. And sometimes you would have the same group maybe do 2 times, 3 times, the next group up, really up to with how you want to do it. But it's really important to make sure we get the fundamentals down in terms of how we close out, how we do our slides. And this is, again, our zone slide series without the ball. Because, again, Division 2, 3, even 1, you can't really do stuff with the ball in certain periods. Maybe Division 1's different. Same with high school where, hey, listen, maybe you don't want to have them running the whole time, so you want to do different things. Me, I hated having my team run and do sprints, suicides, whatever you want to call them these days. I hate that. It's so boring for me as a coach. So for me, I'm doing a lot of reps like this where we're not only getting condition, but we're repping our defense, and it's a little bit of plyometrics, getting our little bit of agility work in, and this is huge. 2 teaching points are make sure we're closing out, sliding correctly, and we're working on it and sprinting off the court. Very important, okay? The second drill we will do, I call it our wing series, wing closeouts, where you probably guessed it where we're going here. We're going to come out here. They're going to touch hands or blow the whistle, up to you. And we are going to close out, deny this shot. Remember, we're taking this shot away, so we're coming up here. We're taking this shot away like we do for the wing responsibilities. Again, this is a wing closeouts here. We're going to come out here, take it away, and then backpedal to take that corner away. Sometimes we'll backpedal about at least 50% of the way, maybe 75% of the way, and then come back out and then sprint off. So you're coming out here, deny, and then we're sprinting off, and the next group will come on. And again, you're going to come out here, close out. When you close out, it's a quick little take away the 3, okay? Then we're sliding back. Backpedaling, hands both directions, out high, getting out there, denying this corner, denying the corner. Then we're going to sprint off when we get there. And we're just going to do that. For this drill, what I would do is I would have the same group go 3 times straight. Then next up, and we'll have everyone clapping. Everyone's clapping on the sideline. I don't care if you're tired. If it's early, your hands are not going to be on your knees. They're going to be clapping. That's right. Men and women, we're going to be clapping. We're going to make sure, hey, let's go. We're in our zone slides. We're getting after. We're energetic. This is what we do. We're building greatness, and greatness starts with being a good defensive team or a great defensive team. It has to happen, and this is how we do it. So again, the teaching points you want to see here is really quick. Touch hands or not, up to you as a coach. I sometimes did it, sometimes didn't. Come out here, bam, you want to come out here, and usually in a game, your wings would be obviously out further, but this makes it a little bit more harder. But again, we're getting in the preseason, we're getting conditioning slides. Even in the season, you can do these drills for warm-ups. Come out here, slide real quick. You want to get your hand up. And again, I would say as a contest, and I would say for your hand, you want to have one hand up. The other hand, you want to have, remember we had the guards in our guards drill, their hand would come out to the middle. You want to have these hands, your secondary hand, so your hand closest to the sideline out as well, so that you can, when you backpedal, you have your hand all out here. So this pass from this to this is very hard to do. Backpedal, then sprint off, or backpedal, come back in here, touch the paint, then close out again real quick. Hand up, body in the line of the pass, backpedaling, get out, and get going. You can do that 3 times, and next person is up, and we are going to keep getting after it. And the teaching points are, again, close up high. You're not going to sit here and close out and hold it for 2 seconds. Remember, the wings are coming up here real quick, showing, getting that hand up, getting right up on that shooter, making sure the shot doesn't happen, and then you're quickly backpedaling in a sprint off mode, and then coming back, touching paint again, and getting after it. And this is going over our wing slides. Very important to do this in the preseason. Also, you can do this in the season. But the 2 drills I just showed you are great preseason drills. Also, you can do it once a week in season, twice a week in season, just to get it going, on. Getting your reps in for your guards, for your wings. Very important for you to at least show your team this early on, to get it in their brains, in their minds. Hey, listen, this is how we're going to kind of close out when your guard slides, wing slides. We're going to kind of guard slide closeouts, wing slide closeouts, up to you. But this is, again, great building blocks. And you can do these with coaches, with players. I know in college you can't have a ball, so it's better just to use cones. All right. Now, the next drill I'm going to show you, we're going to have cones be players, okay? Or actually, not with the cones here, but we will have it so it'll be players. This is a drill we're going to do in season, and this is going to be our first drill we do for breaking down the 2-3 zone. It's our guard wing guard drill. And I would have a coach here, really, usually, because you can rep what you want. Now, you may have seen this drill before. This is what Syracuse did. Sometimes you'll start it out here. So these two guys, you'll have two dribble up here, and these two are still with the ball all the way up here until we get down. And then when a pass occurs, the drill starts. Or you can start it over here. Up to you. But I'm going to show you the drill, and then we're going to go into coaching points, teaching points. So let's say the drill starts right here. Two's supposed to dribble up to the top of the key. Dribble's right here. These two are just in there, backpedaling, getting after it. Then as soon as the pass happens, the drill is then live, and you can do this for 20 seconds, 15. I did it for 30 seconds. Again, I wasn't big into running conditioning, so we got conditioning elsewhere. And this is how we did it. So a pass would happen. When a pass happens from here to here, what happens? That's right. One goes down to the ball, closes out, and two gets the high post. Pass happens from here to here. We're just repping our closeouts for a guard and getting after it that way. And this is that drill. Pass happens from 2 to 3. We're just repping it, so it's a 2v3 here. Let's say 2 gets that. Pass happens from 3 to 2, and we are just getting after it. So these two are just moving around, getting reps up into the guard spot. And then after the buzzer sounds, a shot goes up. And then the two guys rebound, if you want to work on rebounding, on whoever they're closest to. And that is our guard series. Again, you can do that for about 15 seconds, 20 seconds, really up to you. I did it for 30 seconds. I think that might be a little bit too much, especially early on. I think 15 to 20 seconds is probably the appropriate amount. And then probably after your 7th day of practice, 8th day, 9th day, you really want to go 30 seconds because, hey, we're getting after our heart starts beating. We're now sweating. We're now out of, slight basketball rust. So we're getting after it that way. And this is a great drill for the guards. Again, this is great for the guards. And this is what we call our guard closeout series. Let's go over teaching points. We know what closeouts are. Okay, we know that we're closing out, so the pass is happening. We're not having players go from here to here, and they're just outside, just running back to the ball from two outside the 3-point line and just running straight to the ball. You will probably have to multiple times stoop to the level of the ball and then close out high. That's a great teaching point in this drill. You want to make sure we have it, because if this defender just goes and runs straight over all the time, you're going to have one just jam it down the wing's neck, and that's not good. We don't want that to happen. And how we avoid that is you'll probably go down a little bit and then up. So teach them that even if two's up this far, you want to stoop to the level of the ball, wherever the ball is. So let's say the person's over here, the ball is here. Stoop right to the level of the ball, maybe a little bit below, and then you want to close out. And when you close out, you want to make sure that you have your one hand out to deny this high post middle. The other teaching point is this. When the ball gets reversed, skipped, whatever, we want to make sure we are on the high side of the high post. You don't have to do this with the high post, but it makes more sense to have the high post go from elbow to elbow. But when that happens, like I said in the first video, you always want to be on the top side, the top hip, top leg of the high post. You're going to find a lot of times you're going to start getting below, getting lazy, and then when that happens, it's dead. You play against the top 2, top 3 teams in your conference, you are a dead man walking, dead lady walking. It is not going to be nice when they make this ball reversal from the wing to the top, and you're going to be in a heck of a lot of trouble closing out, getting out there. That's not what you want to do. It's not what you want to see. So you want to make sure that you're on their top side, top half, where literally their hiney, their butt is almost on their hamstring area or the top of their leg. Yes, against some high posts, you will want to do that with a hand across their body to make sure that pass is not easy to go. If this person goes up, X2 will go up with them. This person goes down here, X2 will go down with them. If this high post goes here, this high post goes here. Once the high post starts really breaking this plane and start going to the elbow, what you want to have your X2 position now is you want to make sure that this closeout, they're kind of angling their body for this type of closeout, because a lot of times when this closeout happens, you want to make sure you're on the top side, but your body's angled where their numbers are pointed toward whoever they want to close out with right over there. And that's going to be that pass right there. X1 is going to get there. And then when this reversal happens, X1 will say, hey, I'm here, I got it, and X2 will drop back. This can be a coach with a pad so that they put their hiney, they're behind on that pad, they're getting low, hands up, an athletic stance, hands up just to make that high post moving here and there. And when the high post goes in the middle, you guys already know what we do. We fan out. Let's the ball does go in the high post. Usually that's when that drill ends, because ball goes in the high post. They fan out. Coach will pass it to one of these guards. They'll shoot it, and then 1 and 2 will box out, and then that stops the drill. So let's see you for 15 seconds. Pass around. The perimeter, bam, bam, bam. Pass goes to the high post. If it does go in the high post, it's fine. Shot clock goes up. They'll pass it back out, and X2 and X1 will rebound. Shot goes up, and then we'll get the rebound there, and the next two will get going. If you decide to start this drill, we do this and this. That's okay. That's how Syracuse started it. Bam, they come in here. It goes live here. You want to have your defenders up here, and that's how you will rep it. This is what I call our guard series, okay? Our guard breakdown, zone breakdown guard series. I call it that. You can call it something very shorter, but this is how we would do it. And we'd have coaches or players here, and we would just rep it for 30 seconds at a time. But for you, I would highly suggest doing 15 or 20 seconds, okay? Then afterwards, you can coach them up and do teaching points for that. And that is a really good drill to do. You can also, if you want to, you can have them start almost like we didn't really talk about it much in the first video. We'll go into a video in depth with adjustments, different tweaks you can do. You can have them start almost like a 1-1-3 type of look if that's how you want to start it. Coach passes the ball, and they can do a 1-1. We're okay now. Bam, bam, or coach passes it to this person in a 1-1 front. They decide who gets first pass, probably this guy. Drop back there, and you can start the drill that way as well if you think starting at half court is going to take up too much of your time. And that's something else you can do to start the drill. What I will suggest next is our wing and goalie series. Let's go with the coaches here. Let's set up the offense here. Bam, bam, here. And we'll have it right here. X4. Ooh, I like the red there. Okay. If you don't have a big staff, then you can have it as players, but this is for guards, or this is for wings and goalies. I'm misspeaking a lot. Goalies and wings. So far we did our 2 preseason drills that we went over. We did our live zone guard breakdown. Now we're going to our wing goalie breakdown, okay? And we'll have a coach up here to start it off, and I'll show you the drill. We'll go into teaching points then. You can do this drill for 15, 20, 30 seconds. I would advise maybe a little bit more Then guards, if you're doing guard for 15, 20, do this for 25, 30 because just to get more reps in, okay? Coach passes it to a wing. Let's go wing over here. And when that happens, let's make this a little bit harder. Yeah. Let's come over here. X3 is going to show out. Close out here, contest a 3. Then we're going to bump back here. And if we can make that pass happen, that's fine. If not, not. But when these passes are made to the wing, going to come out here, close out, go out to the corner. And that's kind of our what we're doing for that. And then when the ball goes to the corner, if it does get in the corner, we're going to close out here, get into it. If you want this person to take a dribble, you can or not. And then we'll just keep passing it around so that they have to come out and they have to close out and get the reps from the wing. X5 will be going ball to ball side. And that's how the drill will work partly. The other thing what will happen is this. You can have either this person or this person go to the short corner. And X5 will be saying, hey, short corner, talking to 3. Hey, you have a short corner. Or right here, we have a short corner. Say, hey, empty corner. And when an empty corner happens, what happens? When they close out here, they know it's an empty corner. So it'll be closing out to the short corner. And then we'll have that happen right over there. So the coaches pass it to the wings. And then we're closing out, getting after it, making sure the position is going on. And making sure that X5 is positioned correctly. X4 is closing out, getting after it correctly, sliding correctly. And then when the ball does get into the short corner, remember what we talked about, guys. Remember what we talked about. Trap happens here. What does X4 do? X4 comes in and blows up the spot. So as soon as this pass is happening, X4 is sprinting 2 feet in the paint. And again, you're not going to have this many people out here to start maybe, but you'll have X4 kind of really, you do a tag drill where, hey, you have the coach here or the 5. You let them know, hey, the live roller is going to be the 5 or this. Coming down, we're blowing up the spot. And X4 is blowing up the spot here, getting involved. Then a pass happens. We keep going until a shot comes out. Let's say they skip it over here. Again, that'll be, we go back to our positions here. Bam, bam, bam. X4 is going to have a long closeout here. Little bump action right there. Get the ball in the corner. And if your player's really good and these players can make that pass, you're going to have to say, hey, get in the corner here. But that's kind of what we're working on with this drill. We're working on the wings, going the reps that we have in terms of, hey, we are repping our quick take with a 3, close out to the corner. If it's short corner, we're working on our traps, and we're making sure we're just positioning correctly, working on what we're doing with that. The other dimension with this drill is sometimes we will either go short corner, then other times we'll say, okay, there's no short corner. What there will be, though, is there will be a high post. We'll get the ball in the high post. So when that happens, ball goes in the high post. And what happens when that happens? X5 is going to take a 3-second count or a 2-second count. X4 is going to completely dive in. X3 is going to either dive if they see someone in there. If not, they're going to be out there. And we're going to make sure that we close out. And we're repping. Again, we rep what happens in the short corner. What do we rep on the high post? We just rep in the high post. Hey, ball's in the high post. Where's the wings go? They go look inside, then out. Inside, then out. Let's say ball goes in the high post. 3's diving in. X3 is going to blow it up. Remember, X3 and X4 kind of almost bodying it up, denying it to make sure we don't get any lob passes, no quick bounce pass, because remember, that'll be the first thing they try to do. And then high post doesn't have anything, either a shot for rebound or kicks it back out to the coach, to the wing. Then we come out and we just do our zone slides. And again, anytime we pass the ball to the wing, we want to make sure we split a second, then make sure we make a pass. You don't want your wings to hold there like it's man defense and just stand there for like 3 seconds because we have the wing that's helping them out. We want to get them the repetition of showing out, getting a hand up, and then sliding back, denying the corner. That's what we're trying to do there. You can break it down where I would just have all these factors going on where, okay, we're going to rep this for 30 seconds. Ball goes to the wing, we're sliding. Ball goes to the short corner, we're getting after it that way. This is a really active drill. I would say spend 20 to 30 seconds a possession. So everyone is getting reps up into the defense. Okay? Coaching points are, again, you want to make sure we rep what we want to rep, which is wing slides, wing closeouts, denying the corner. If the ball goes in the short corner, we want to make sure we're getting the ball in the short corner and making sure we're instantly knowing what we're doing. X3 is getting involved in the play. Maybe have a coach or a player, as soon as the ball goes short corner, just have them go down, try to touch the restricted area. X3 is going to make sure they're already in there, meeting that player. And on a skip out, if there's still time left, we're still going live. That's right, we're still going live. We're coming out here, right here, bam, bam. And X5 is saying if 5 just stays put, X5 is saying what? That's right, empty corner. If 5's rolling over, just so X3 knows where she should be backpedaling and closing out and denying. And that is our wing series. Again, if you guys have any questions in our zone looks, zone defense, adjustments, please leave a comment. Please leave a any feedback, suggestions, anything you guys have wondering about or thinking about. Again, I love this zone. It's an aggressive type zone, especially high school coaches. You're probably more used to more passive, laid back, sagging off zones. This is aggressive. We want to really be active, really be energetic, and this zone really gets us going in that regard. And this is what I call the zone wing goalie breakdown drill. And again, we're repping our closeouts to the wing, the corner. We're understanding where the 5's positioning, 4's positioning. If the ball goes to short corner, we know what we're always in a trap there. We know what's going on there with our traps. And if the ball goes in the high post, we know what we're doing with our rotations, and we're just getting after it. And then, of course, after your set number of time or passes, we have I call it new blood's on, which means new blood's coming up, getting ready, and we're getting after it, and we're being engaged. And that's it, guys. And like I said, I love this defense, love coaching basketball. You'll see more from Basketball Vision, but I appreciate you guys for watching, for taking the time to watch it. I hope you guys get something out of it, anything out of it. And I appreciate you guys, as always, watch and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.